Off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
You talk about the pause that refresh. Come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now it's Swift. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Britt. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. They'll get there and pick it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. They will be led out by a second. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there before getting it inside the 35.
Dalvin Cook on the carry.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short gain down to about the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings up
now to the air, Lock. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later.
Convert that early turnover into points. Shotgun snap to Lock. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. That
play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Lock working out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third down and...
Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing the ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Britt will try and set up the screen to Swift. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? From the gun, Britt. Incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, it's Lock. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions will take over.
28-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Britt. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
A
He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Back to throw. Britt. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to...
Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops it behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's like none on this one either.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in.
Britt's pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, Swift. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Britt. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Britt's pass.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Britt. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. The 1st down run got 5. Here. Convert there on 3rd and 1. No, they'll run with Swift. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start from the gun. Lock. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
They'll start with the option. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Quarterback taken down and sacked.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They run out of the gun with Swift. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. An 8-yard gain, so that gets them halfway there. Now they're left with a 3rd and 8 more.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun. Grip. Catch made here by Campbell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Taken down right at the
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. He's going to go down there, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A 51-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Vikings, nothing.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
From the gun. Watt firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down. Britt, and this is incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off play action. Britt. And it's complete. Henry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run here with Swift. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Operating from the gun. Britt. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Swift. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run, Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run. And while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On play action, Lock. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And 10 yards to go.
To throw on 3rd down, Lock. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Britt. Made open, it's Moss complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Britt. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Jay Hawkinson.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run the draw here with Swift. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Swift, the ball carry.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll see Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. This Minnesota D. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the lead now increases to 20-0.
20. Vikings, nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And that's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the cover.
Lions pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Britt, and he slings one that's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
And 6 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Britt got his man complete over the middle. That's Clark. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
10 at the 47-yard line.
First down. Britt. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their touts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. second down. Swift, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
At the 44-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
The final shot before break. Britt. And he's got his man on the out route. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. 24-21, the final score. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they over him. Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in the air an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
On the ground, it's Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up.
They run it again with Cook. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second down.
Back to throw. Britt out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. From the gun, Britt. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
To DeAndre Swift. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7. At the 40.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
At the 42-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play.
Operating from the gun, Britt. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 28. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On 1st and 10, Britt. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw on second down, Britt. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Lions add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
They'll try and throw for it. Now he's forced out right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants?
I knew you were going Namath.
Right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, Locke. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Locke. And his throw is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Coverage defensively by Jeff Okudah.
To throw again. Locke. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. Now it's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Irv Smith, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Staying on his feet. Fights loose. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Locke. That'll be complete to Cook. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he won't have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
To Dalvin Cook.
Halfway there with that run, I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton. And this time he is in. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. A 1-yard run on 1st down, another one on 2nd. It might not do much for the yards per carry average, but it gets them 6 points.
And at contract time, you want to show touchdowns scored way more than you want to show yards per carry.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 29.
Now it's Swift. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Britt. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On first down, Locke. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Quentin Williams. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, interesting to see what they have planned in 23. Another try after the first down sack. Locke. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And it's third down.
To throw it is Locke. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41 to gun. Britt. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Taken down and set.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Locke working out of the gun. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Throwing on first down. Britt. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, Britt. And he fires one incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
8 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Britt. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
1st and 10.
We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on.
With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Swift. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Swift, the ball carrier. Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
from the gun on 3rd down. Britt throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those
those last two plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
And 7.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Looking to throw. Britt. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up on my cues. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down on the scoreboard. A minute 52 to play. The turnover does give them life, but they still need 2 scores. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Locke now on first down. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's held. And the Lions have recovered.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll give it here to his running back. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Detroit, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.